In Lalita Sahasranamavali, we are seeing Ambal's Upasana as Nirguna Swarupam. We are seeing the Nirguna Upasana of Ambal. What is Nirguna Upasana? We have seen in the last class so detailed. Basically, whenever we attribute a guna to Ambal, to not only to Ambal, to anything, whenever we have an attribute, like it is round in shape, it is blue in color. So shape, color, taste, all of these are nothing but attributes. And whenever there is an attribute, what happens is that it places a limitation on that object. How? If an object is blue in color, it means that it is not red in color. If that object is round in shape, it means that the object is not square in shape. So whatever the attributes, whenever we have attributes for the object, it means that we are also placing a huge limitation on that object. Ambal as Nirguna Swarupam is devoid of all these limitations. That is why even Vedanta will say Parabrahma Vastu does not have any guna. Why? It is not that, okay, Vedanta hates guna. It is not that Shankaracharya or the Upanishads hates guna. No, it is because whenever we have an attribute, whenever we have a guna, it becomes a limitation on Ambal. So that is why here from the Nama Niradhara, Niranjana, Nirlepa, Nirmala, Nitya, Nirakara, everywhere there is a negation. If we negate all the Swarupa, it means that potentially all the Swarupam exists in Ambal. Now we have to see the Nama Nirakula. Until yesterday, like in the last class, we saw Nitya and Nirakara. Akara literally means forms. So Sakara, Nirakara. We might have heard these two names, Sakara and Nirakara. What is Sakara? Means with a form. Nirakara means without a form. Nirakara, here Ambal does not have any form. Then what about all the forms that we have studied earlier? Because previously we have seen a Sthula Swarupa, Sinduraruna Vigraham, Trinayana, Manikya Nisa, Chaturbahu, Samanvita, Ragaswarupa, Pashadya, Krodhakara, Ankushojvala, Manorupe, Kshukodanda, Panchatanmatra Sayaka. There I have said that this is the Sthula Swarupam of Ambal. And then there is a Sukshma Swarupam of Ambal, where Ambal is shown as the Mula Mantra Swarupa, Mula Mantratmika, Mula Kutatraya Kalebara. Swarupa Srimat Vagbhavakutaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja Kantadak Katiparyanta Madhyakuta Swarupini Shaktikutaikatapanna Katyado Bhagadarini. These are the mantra Swarupam of Ambal. And then there is a Kundalini Swarupam of Ambal, Mooladhara Ambujaruda. That is the Kundalini Swarupam of Ambal. What about these things are akaras, right? But what about these akaras? It means that these are the stepping stones in order to get to the Nirguna Swarupam of Ambal. So that is why Ambal is Nirakara. And then the next Nama, Nirakula. Akula means a delusion. Means, okay, I have a lot of avidya, and Adi Shankaracharya says in Viveka Chudamani, it is because of avidya the person misidentifies himself with the body. We identify with our body, we identify with our mind, we identify with our properties, we identify with with those things that we like, right? So all these identification comes from Akula, but Ambal is Nirakula. Ambal does not have any delusion. Ambal knows her real Swarupam. In fact, if we know our real Swarupam as well, we will become Ambal. Because all these namas, we have to be very, very careful. Because in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, if we read, Krishna will say all these namas for Jiva. He will say, hey Arjuna, you are Nirguna. Hey Arjuna, you are Nitya Mukta. Hey Arjuna, you are Nitya Shuddha. Hey Arjuna, you are Shanta. So in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Krishna will use all these words. Several words will be overlapping to say to Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, that is the Atma Swarupam. Here we are studying these exact namas as Brahma Swarupam. So how to do Samanvaya? So how to do Samanvaya? Tattu Samanvayat says Brahma Sutra. In Brahma Sutra, Athato Brahma Jagnasaha, first Sutra, Janmadhyasya Yadaha. What is Brahman? It says that which is responsible for Janma Adi. That which is responsible for, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara, that is called as Brahman, he says. And how to know that Brahman? Shastrayonitvat. You can only know about Brahman through Shastra Pramana. Pratyakshadi Pramanas. Other Pramanas will not work in the case of Brahman, only through Shastra Pramana. Now the question comes, in Shastra, there are several statements which appear to be mutually contradictory. What should I do? Badarayana says, Tatu Samanvaya. You have to do a Samanvaya. You cannot take one text and read that text. You have to study all the text and understand the big picture. Normally we say like we have to understand the big picture, big picture. In the same way, even in Shastra, we have to understand the big picture. So the big picture here is in Bhagavad Gita, the same Swarupam is said for Atman, that is Jivatman. In Lalita Sahasranama, again the same Swarupam is said for Ambal. What does it mean? Ambal is Ishvara. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said for Jiva. So Jiva Ishvara Yoho Abhedaha. There is no difference between Jiva and Ishvara. And that is called as Advaitam. Brahma Satyam Jagan Nitya. Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Jivaha Brahma Eva. The Jiva is very essentially Brahman. Na Aparaha. There is nothing extra present in Jiva that makes it different from Brahma. So that is the Advaita. That is why Mahapariva says Shaktam, the Sri Vidya Tantram, is very, 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 very close to the Advaita Shastra that is, spread out by Sri Adi Shankaracharya. And all these namas, while studying, we have to understand that all these namas are there. Temporarily, we associate these namas only for Ambal. But when I do a lot of upasana on Ambal, I will slowly become like Ambal. It is like a fan. A movie star will have a fan, or a concert singer will have a fan. What does that fan will do? The fan will always try to emulate that movie star. Somebody like Sachin Tendulkar, this person, he will be playing in a local ground. He will be playing cricket in a local ground. He will be playing cricket with a tennis ball, but he will try to emulate all those sixer shots that were played by Sachin Tendulkar or Dhoni. Helicopter shot he will play. Or, this person is a bathroom singer. Even that person cannot listen to his own music for some time, but he will try to emulate S.P. Balasubramaniam or whatever, Michael Jackson or whatever. Why those things happen? Yat bhavam tad bhavati. If we keep on indulging in one object, if we keep on meditating upon one object, if we keep on thinking about that object, unknowingly what will happen? We will try to emulate that person. We will try to imbibe the qualities of person. That is the strong basis for upasana. All those namas are going to come in the same way. In the same Nirguna Upasana, there is a second part where that will be, even more visible. But here we have to understand that if we keep on meditating upon Ambal, then we will own up those qualities of Ambal. We will own up those attributes of Ambal. It does not mean that we will have 4 hands and then we will, Raga Swarupa, Pashadya, Krodha, Karankusha. No, not that qualities, but the inner qualities, the essence of Ambar, we will also own up. That is why Acharya says, Bhavanitvam dase maivitara drishtim sakaruna iti stotum vanchan bhavanitvam ityaha. So he says, this person, he keeps on worshipping Ambar, he keeps on doing upasana of Ambar. What happens? He himself will become Ambar. So these namas, even though we are attributing these namas to Ambar for now, with constant upasana, with careful upasana, then we ourselves will be worthy of these namas, then we will own up these namas. That is the essence of Sri Vidyopasana. That is absolutely Ishvaro Gururatmeti Bheda Ishvaro Gururatmeti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Gurave Namaha. So there is absolutely no difference between Ishvara, Guru and the self. That is what we need to realize. And these namas are like promo, in TV serial or for movie, they will release something called as promo, right? So these are like that promo namas. Nirlepa, Nirmala, Nitya, Nirakara, Nirakula. Then the next nama is Nirguna. Nirguna, Guna, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. These 3 are the 3 gunas. If somebody is so much interested in learning, if somebody is so much interested in imbibing the knowledge, then that person is said to have a lot of Sattva Guna. If some person is so lazy like me, then it means that that person has got a lot of Tamo Guna. If some person is so much active, he wants to do the summave, so that person is said to have lot of Rajoguna. But Ambal is what? As Parabrahma Swarupam Nirguna. She does not have any gunas. Again, connect with Bhagavad Gita, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. Hey Arjuna, you do not have any 3 gunas. Arjuna is present probably 100 kilograms right in front of Krishna. He is in the war, so he has a lot of Rajoguna. He also don't want to go to war, so he has Tamoguna. He is also listening to Bhagavad Gita from Krishna himself, so he also has got Sattva-guna. All these 3 gunas at the same time Arjuna is having, but Krishna has got the audacity to say to Arjuna that Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna, hey Arjuna, you do not have any guna, but you think that you are this body, that is why you associate yourself with all these guna, but in reality you don't have any guna. Ambal also is Nirguna. As Parabrahma Swarupam, there is absolutely no guna, no Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna Sambandha for Ambal, Nirguna. And then the next nama is Nishkala. What is Kala? Kala means a part. A part is called as Kala. Chandran is said to have 16 Kalas. Chandran, now if we go from Amavasya to Paurnami, if you go from new moon day to a full moon day, one day, for each day, one kala, one part of moon will get added, as it were. So one part of Chandran, so Chandran moon will always go, it is going to grow in size, right? From Amavasya to Paurnami. So it is symbolically referred to as, it is normally referred to as the kala, the parts of Chandra. That is why in olden days, there is a sweet called as Chandrakala. Deepavali is going to come, people are going to make that sweet. That's why I'm saying, if you see that Chandrakala sweet, it looks like Chandran. That is why that sweet itself is called as Chandrakala. It means a part of the moon. If we see that Chandrakala, it probably looks like the, the 3rd or the 4th day from the new moon day. மூன்றாம் பிறை அல்லது 4ஆம் பிறை மாதிரி அந்த மாதிரி வளைஞ்சு இருக்கிறதுனாலதான் அந்த ஸ்வீட்டுக்கே பேரு சந்திரகலான்னு பேரு. பட் அம்பாள் as Nirguna Swarupa does not have any parts. We have parts, meaning what? Our body, I have a hand. I will say, this is my hand. This is my head. This is my torso. This is my abdomen. This is my leg. This is my fingers. We say all those things. All those things are what? Kala, a part. But Ambal is Nishkala as Parabrahma Swarupam. Parabrahman does not have any parts. If there is only one, how can that be? How can there be a part for that one? For Akasha, there is no part. For space, there is no part. Right? In the same way, Ambal is also Nishkala. Ambal is also Shanta. What is Shanta? Shanti, it has a lot of meanings. You know, in Mandukya Upanishad, the Chaturtha Pada, the Turiya Pada, the Turiyam, the Brahmavastu itself is called as Shantam. Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vigneyaha, says that Guru. Nantah prajna na vahish prajna no bhayatah prajna na prajna na ghana na prajnam na prajnam. And then he says all things about Brahmavastu. And then the shloka ends as Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vigneyaha. So Brahman itself is called as Shantam because Ambal is Brahman. Ambal is nothing but that Purna Brahmavastu. Ambal is nothing but that Ambal is nothing but that Nirguna Brahman, Parabrahma Vastu. Ambal is called as Shanta. Shanta also is a quality. What is that quality? Peace. Peace is called as Shanti. Ambal has got a lot of peace. It is not matter for us. Ambal will make us a lot of peace. Ambal in her peace form, if we do upasana of Ambal in her peace form, then we will get a lot of peace ourselves. Normally, we will say, okay, I'm going to office. My office has got this much tension. My family, I have got this much pressure. My manager is shouting me. My sons and daughters or husband or wife, everybody is shouting at me. I don't have any Shanti at all, we say, right? But if we worship Ambal, Ambal as Shanti Swarupam, she comes to us. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Prasade sarvadhukkanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhif paryavatishthite nasti buddhira yuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shantihi ashantasya kutas. For a person who is filled with raga and dvesha, for a person who is filled with desire and anger, he is called as an ayukta person. For that person who is filled with all those things, nasti buddhihi ayuktasya, he will not get any knowledge. And nacha yuktasya bhavana, he will also not get any bhavana. He cannot sit in meditation and contemplate on Ambal or on his work or on anything. You know, if we have a lot of problems in the family, if we have a lot of problems in the office itself, we will find it a lot of difficult to concentrate on one thing. If our mind is filled with raga and dvesha, then we cannot concentrate on anything. That is what is called as bhavana here. Bhavana agamya bhavaranya kutarika. We saw that nama earlier as well. Nasti buddhihi ayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana. So a person who is filled with ragadvesha, he will not get any knowledge. He will also not get bhavana. Nacha bhavayata shantihi. For a person who cannot contemplate, for a person who cannot concentrate on a thing, nacha bhavayata shantihi, he will not get any peace. I'm not saying, Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita, and he also finishes this shloka with a question, Ashantasya kutas sukham. For a person who does not have any peace, how can there be happiness for that person? If my mind is not having any peace, I will have a lot of comfort. I will have an air conditioning. I will have a finest bed, but I won't get sleep. I will have, Michelin star cooks to cook for me, but I cannot enjoy the taste of that cook. So ashantasya kutas sukham. But Ambal, if we do proper upasana, if we do ananyas chintayantoma, if you do ananya upasana of Ambal, Ambal is Shanti Swarupa, Ambal is the embodiment of peace, and only a person who is an embodiment of peace can give peace to another person. Only a person who has got a lot of money can donate. Only a person who has got a lot of gold can give gold for, for a Kumbhabhishekam, etc., etc., etc. In the same way, only a person who's an embodiment of peace can give peace to others as well. Ambal is Shanta. As Shanta, Ambal herself is Shanti Swarupam, and Ambal also can bestow peace. Ambal also can bestow peace onto her devotees. Why the next nama comes? Nishkama. Why is she Shanti Swarupam? Because she does not have any desires. Kama means desire. Why do we have desire? I have desire for an object because I feel that I am inadequate and that object is going to make me complete. I have a desire for an iPhone. Why? Because if I get that iPhone, I will feel I am very, very complete. Without that object, I am incomplete. Once I get to that object, I think I will get completed. But it is not going to happen. Even after I get this iPhone 12 model, there is going to be 13 or 14. It is already in progress. Next year, I am going to feel incomplete. So, Kama, why does it come? Kama, desire comes because we currently are feeling some inadequateness. We have a void and we think that that object is going to fulfill our void. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, mahashano mahapapma, vidyenam miha vairinam, says Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Hey Arjuna, you have two enemies, Arjuna. Do you know what are those enemies? Kama yesha, krodha yesha. Your major enemies are desire and anger. Desire, kamaha, krodhaha, anger, nishkrodha. There is going to be, there is a nama coming later as nishkrodha as well. So nishkama, kamaha means desire, krodhaha means anger. You know what these two guys are going to do? These two guys are born from your rajoguna. Kamayesha, krodayesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. And these two guys are a big eater. What are they going to eat? They are going to eat away all your punya, maha shanaha, maha ashanaha. They are going to eat away all of your punyam. Not only that, they are going to make you to do a lot of papam. Mahashano mahapapma vidyenam havairinam. So know this anger, know that anger and desire. வேண்டுதல் வேண்டாமை. That is why in திருக்குறள் திருவள்ளுவர் says வேண்டுதல் வேண்டாமை இலான் அடி சேர்ந்தாருக்கு யாண்டும் இடும்பை இல. Nishkama means வேண்டுதல் இலான். Pure translation in Tamil. Nishkama is வேண்டுதல் இலான். Nishkrodha is Vendamai Ilan. That is what Thiruvalluvar also says in Tirukkural. Vendudal Vendamai Ilan Adi Serndarku. The one who prostrates before a person who does not have any Kama and Krodha, he does not have any problems in his life, says Thiruvalluvar in Tirukkural. Nishkama, because Ambal is Purnam by herself, there is no need for an external thing to complete that Parabrahma Vastu. I myself is infinite. Whatever the number I'm going to add to me, it is not going to make much change. I will ever be infinite according to, that is the Parabrahma Swarupam. Nishkama and Nirupaplava. Upaplavam means Kshinaha. We all have that fear of death. Okay, I am at one point of time, I am not going to be presented with my near and dear. Not only that, if we want to go from, okay, I was living in one locality for so many years, and now I have to move, or my son have to move to a college. Then I won't see my son, or I won't see my daughter, I won't see my parents. I am still there. They are also going to be there in the same loka, but the fear of separation is so big because we think that if a person gets separated, then they are going to slowly fade away from our life. Nir Upablava, that is called as Upablava. Ambal does not have that figure. Why? Fear. Why? Because Ambal is Purnavastu herself. There is whatever you go, wherever you go, you can only go in the space. Ambal is that tattvam which also encloses all the space and time. That is why Ambal is Nirupaplava and Nitya Mukta. Bandha means bondage. Mukta means free from bondage. Nitya Mukta, Ambal is ever free from bondage. What is bondage? Bondage is something which prevents us from going forward. You have a cow or you have a dog and you tie that dog to a pole with the help of a rope, right? So that rope is called as bandha. Why? Because that is that rope which prevents that dog from being on its own, from being independent, right? So that rope is called as bandha. If that rope is cut, it is called as mukta. Why? Because I don't have to depend upon this person to give me half a kilogram of food. If I go out in wild, I can do my own thing and I can get a lot of food. But I am so stuck with this person. So, all these things are a bandha. But mukta means ever free, ever independent. Self-dependent is called as mukta. That is what Swami Paramarthananda says. Vedanta is nothing but going from world dependence to self-dependence. Right now, I am bandha because I have to depend upon this world for my own security, my own peace, and for my own happiness. But what is being a mukta? If I am a mukta, it means that I don't give my key for happiness to somebody else. Whatever the things others do, they are not going to disturb my own happiness. I dictate when I am going to be happy. I am the master of my own happiness. That is the Swarupam of Jivan Mukta. And Ambal is also Nitya Mukta. Ambal does not have any bandha. Nirvikara. Vikara means changing, ever changing. Shastras talk about Shad Vikaras. There are 6 Vikaras that Shastra talks about. What are those 6 Vikaras? Asti, Jayate, Vartate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati. These are the 6 Vikaras. Let us take a tree for an example. The tree is present in a seed form, right? So seed means what? The tree is potentially present in that seed form. Asti. When that seed is planted onto the soil, the trees, the seed will start sprouting. That is called as Jayate. Jayate means what? To be born. That is why we say Jananam, Jatakarma, Jatakam, etc. Ja means to be born. So Asti, existing in potential form. Jayate, to be just born. Vartate. Vartate means growing. That seed, that small sprout will start giving out leaves. So this very, 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 very small plant, that stage. So Vartate. And Viparinamate. Viparinamate means what? Growing faster, changing its form, changing its function. That for that big alamaram, that seed is going to be very, very small. How can that big alamaram, that banyan tree, come from that small seed? It is because of Vartate. It changes its, it is growing, growing, growing. and viparinamate, once that seed, once that tree, if somebody is going to chop down that tree, and if somebody is going to make a table out of that wood, that is called as viparinamate. Parinamam அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? Parinamam means evolution. It changes its form, it changes its structure, it changes its shape, it changes its function. So the same tree is going to become a table in my drawing room. And apakshiyate, this table also slowly over the years, because of our use, there is going to be a wear and tear for the table, and at one day it is going to go to the junkyard. Vinashyati. So the whole cycle is called as vikara. What I gave you is just an example. The seed and tree is just one example, but we ourselves are going through the same process. When we are in the potential form, we have asti, and then when we are born, it is jayate, and then in baby stages, and then youth, young adult, all those things are coming. At one point of time, this body is also going to go away. Apakshiyate and vinashyati. But Ambal does not go through all these cycles. Because why? Ambal means Parabrahma Swarupam. It is our own Swarupam. So when reading these namas, for some time, we can say, okay, Ambal does not have Vinashyati. Ambal is Nirashraya. Ambal is Nitya Shuddha. Ambal is Nitya Buddha. Ambal is Niravadya. Ambal is Nirantara. But after some time, we have to replace Ambal with my own Swarupam. My own Swarupam is Nitya Mukta. My own Swarupam is Nirvikara. My own Swarupam is Nishprapancha. Ambal herself will bless us to that stage. But up until that stage, we can superimpose these qualities on Ambal. Nirvikara, does not have any vikara, and Nishprapancha. Pancha means, Pancha has got many meanings. Pancha means 5. Pancha, சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? Panchayatanam, Panchabhutam. That is one of the meanings for Pancha. But Pancha also means the one which has blown out, the one which is ever big, that is called as Pancha. Simha, lion, is called as Panchanana. Why? Because lion has got a very big face, with all those pidari mayir, with all those hairs and all. The face of the lion will be disproportionate to its body. If we see a tiger, the face is proportional to the body. But if we see the face of the lion with all those hairs and all, it is going to be a little bit disproportionate to the body. That is why lion is called as Panchanana. Panchasya, Panchanana, etc., etc., etc. In the same way, that is why our Panchapatram is also called as Panchapatram. Why? Because if we see the shape of the Panchapatram, in the middle, it is going to be small. By the time, it opens up in a very big circle. If you compare to the middle, the mouth of the Panchapatra is going to be big, because it is so big in its, in its opening. That is why the Panchapatra is also called as Panchapatra. Not because there are 5 patras. We only have 1 patra, right? But that Panchapatra is called as Panchapatra because it is big. The opening is very big. That is why our Prapancha is also called as Prapancha. Prapancha means what? Pancha, and then pra is a prefix, meaning what? The Prapancha, this whole nature is so big, right? That is why this Prapancha is also called as Prapancha. But Ambal is what? Nishprapancha. Whatever we see, whatever we can imagine, all of those things can exist in Prapancha. That is why Prapancha is called as Prapancha, because it encompasses everything. But Prapancha cannot contain the Atmavastu. Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Amritan Divi Tripadurda Udait Purushaha. In Purusha Suktam it says, whatever we see, it is only 25% of that Brahman. Whatever is visible to us, whatever is tangible, It is only 25 means not exactly 25. It is only a part of Brahman. Padosya Vishwa Bhutani and Tripadasyaamritam Divi. There are even more which is not, which we don't see, but that exists in Brahman. Meaning what? Brahman encompasses everything, including Prapancha. That is why Ambal is called as Nishprapancha and Nirashraya. Ashraya means dependent on something. For my food, I am dependent on my wife. For my money, I am dependent on my office. For my happiness, I am dependent on my family and friends. For energy, I am dependent on my food. All those dependencies comes because I have a body. Because I think I am this body, so I have to be dependent on somebody else for my happiness, for my security, for my own peace of mind. But Ambal as Nirguna Swarupam, she does not depend on everything, but everything depends on her. Vishwam Pratishtitam Yasyam Tasyaha Kutra Pratishtitihi, or the whole Vishwam, the whole universe depends on her. Ambal is the ashrayam for the whole universe, but for her, there is no ashrayam. Nirashraya, Nitya Shuddha. Shuddha, what is Shuddha? If we say milk, that milk is so pure. What is meant by that? It means that milk is not adulterated with water. That milk does not have anything that does not belong to the milk. That rice is so pure. That rice is Shuddha. What does that mean? It means that that rice does not have any stone. That rice only has rice without no stone, without any adulteration. If something does not have adulteration, we normally call it as Shuddha, right? In the same way, as Purna Brahma Vastu, as Parabrahma Vastu, it does not have anything else. Only Brahman, only Brahman, only Brahman. There is no other thing than Brahman that exists in Ambal. That is why Nitya Shuddha, and that is why she is also called as Nitya Buddha. Buddhi means Jnani. Ambal is Chit Swarupa. Ambal is Chaitanya Swarupa. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. We say, right, that is the Swarupa Lakshanam of Brahman itself. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. There is also going to be a Nama that is going to come. Satya Jnanananda Rupa Samarasya Parayana. At that time, we will see elaborately what is Satyam Jnanam and Anantam. Ambal is Nitya Buddha, always Jnana Swarupi, Jnana Prasunambika, Niravadhya. What is Avadhya? Avadhya means Papam. Avadhya means a deficiency. Ambal does not have any deficiency, self-sufficient as Parabrahma Vastu. That is why Ambal is called as Avadhya. Normally, even if a person has got everything what he wants, there is going to be one deficiency for that person. Ambani is there. Bill Gates is there. They all have got what they want. So they can also be called as Niravadhya without any deficiency. But one problem that they all are going to have is what? They are not Nirantara. They are not going to be ever present. They all have a date of birth. They all will have a date of death as well. But Ambal is not, Ambal does not even have that deficiency. Ambal is Nirantara. Nirantarama irukanga. Antara also means a gap. What is meant by Nirantaram? Means what? Being present all the time without any gap is called as Nirantaram. Like நார்மலா நம்ம நிரந்தரமா இருக்க போறது அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? அது இல்லாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு நமக்கு ஒரு 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 there will be like no time where we don't see that. That is called as Nirantara, right? In the same way, Ambal will also be Nirantara. And the next shloka, Nishkarana Nishkalanka, Nirupadhihi, Nirishwara, Niraga, Ragamadhani, Nirmada, Madanashini. So the first line, Nishkarana, Nishkalanka, Nirupadhihi, Nirishwara. Nishkarana, Karanam means cause. You know, for yogurt, for curd, milk is the cause for the yogurt. For ornaments, gold is the cause for the ornament. So whatever we see in this universe, they all will have a cause. My parents are the cause for me. For this cell phone, aluminum is cause for this cell phone. For my MacBook, aluminum is the cause for this MacBook. So everything that has got a cause. But for Ambal, then what is the cause for Ambal? What caused Ambal? Ambal is the cause for everything. But Ambal does not have any cause for herself. Mahapadmavanantastam Karanananda Vigraham. Karana Ananda Vigraham. Ambal herself is the embodiment of all the causes. Ambal herself does not have any cause. Nishkarana and Nishkalanka. Kalankaha. You know, in moon, we say moon has got lot of kalankam. Means what? Moon is pure white in color and there are some black spots that are present in moon. And those black spots are called as kalankaha. In Shastra, avidya is normally equated to dark color. Papam is normally equated to dark color. So, Ambal does not have any avidya. Ambal does not have any papam. That is why Ambal is called as Nishkalanka, Nirupadhihi. Upadhihi. Upadhi means reflected consciousness. Normally, if something is not of its own, it means that upadhi. For example, hot water. Hotness in hot water does not belong to the water. Only if we heat the water, water is going to become hot. The heatness, the hotness of the water comes from the fire and the hotness does not belong to the water. But if we touch the hot water, it is going to feel hot. So that hotness is an upadhi for that water. In the same way, Ambal does not have any upadhi. Why it is important? Because we have upadhi. We feel we are, the body is conscious. We feel our mind is conscious. Why? All these things are the reflected consciousness from the original Chaitanyam. You know, people who have attended my Viveka Chudamani class, they would understand this better because that is what we have seen in the last 2 weeks. How reflected consciousness is different from the original consciousness. How the sweetness in Gulab Jamun does not belong to Gulab Jamun, but it belongs to the sugar syrup. In the same way, Ambal as original Chaitanyam, as Chaitanya Vastu, does not have any upadhi. And Nirishwara. Ishwara means Ambal does not have anybody controlling herself. Normally we say, even not only we say, or we used to say, you know, the wife is dependent on the husband. That is what people used to say. My wife is staring at me. It's not happening now. In olden days, because for wife normally used to call the husband as Prananada, Nada, master, everything. But for Ambal, she is what? Swadhina Vallabha. Ambal, previously we have seen that Nama called as Swadhina Vallabha, meaning what? Ambal, even she has her husband under her own control. That is why we say, you know, all the women, Striyas Samasta Tavadevi Bheda. There is a Nama in, you know, there is a shloka in Devi Mahatmyam that says Striyas Samasta Tavadevi Bheda. What is happening to all those Purushas now? What is happening to all those husbands now? We all are under the influence of our own wives. We all, you know, all the wives are Swadhina Vallabhas. That is why Devi Mahatmyam previously has said that all the wives are your Swarupam Ambal. Striyas Samasta Tavadevi Bhedaha that is what we have seen in Devi Mahatmyam. That is why Ambal is called as Nirishwara. Even Ishwara is under the control of Ambal. She does not have any master. That is why Ambal is called as Nirishwara. And the next set of namas, Niraga Ragamathani, Nirmada Madanashini, Nischinta Nirahankara, Nirmoha Mohanashini, Nirmama Mamata Hantri, Nishpava Papanashini, Nishkrodha Krodashamani, Nirlobha Lobhanashini, Nissamshaya Samshayagni, Nirbhava Bhavanashini, Nirvikalpa Nirabada Nirbheda Bhedanashini, Nirnasha Mrittimathani, Nishkriya Nishparigraha, Nistula Neelachugra. All these namas, most of the namas comes in pairs. Two namas you can split. Niraga, Ragamathani. Niraga is one nama, Ragamathani is one nama, but they can be grouped together. Nirmada is one nama, Madanashini is another nama. They can also be grouped together. Why? It is because I have said previously at the beginning of the class, Yed Bhavaha Tat Bhavati. Whatever we do upasana of, we will slowly become that object. If Ambal is Niraga, then Ambal will also lift all the jivas up to her level. Raga Mathani. Ambal is Niraga. Raga means Vendidal. Raga, previously also we have seen Raga, right? So Nishkama, previously we have seen Nishkama. Here we are seeing Niraga. Raga means Vendidal, but she does not have any wants. That is there. But what is my use? What is the use? What is that? I mean, how does it? How is that useful for me? She does not have any raga, but she is also Ragamathani. She will also destroy all my ragas. And next nama, Nirmada, she does not have any mada. She is destroying my madas as well. This is a very key difference between our Sanatana Dharma and other religion. In other religions, you can be anything, but you can never be God. God will give you anything except for the godness, except for his position, except for that godhood. God will give you anything. It is like a prime minister. A prime minister will give all the ministerial posts to everybody, but he will not give his own chair to anybody else. But our Ambal is not like that. All these people are doing like that because they themselves are insecure. A prime minister is so insecure, a chief minister is so insecure, he will give everything to keep his fans happy as long as they don't claim the chief minister chair, as long as they don't claim the prime minister chair. In fact, whatever they give to his fans, they are a positive reinforcement for not asking his own chair. But Ambal is not like that. The moment you start doing upasana of Ambal, Ambal will slowly give herself to you. Even if you don't want it, you cannot help it. Ambal is slowly going to give her own position to you. That is the beauty of our Sanatana Dharma. There is no blasphemy. You cannot say somebody is blasphemous in Sanatana Dharma because we accept that Manidarum Daiva Vagalam. People can also can realize godness in them. All these namas that are going to come later, they will reinforce that thinking. Niraga, raga means kama, right? Raga, Niraga, Ambal does not have any kama, but she is also Ragamathani. Ambal will destroy all the binding desires to us. She can destroy that in two ways. The first way is whatever we want, if she gives, then we don't have any raga. But that is a lower way. She will not do that forever. She will do that for sometimes, but she will not do that forever. What is the second way? What is the high way? Ragamathani, she will make us understand that we don't need anything. The first thing, I need something, I pray to Ambal, Ambal will give me that. That is the first stage. But the second stage, she will make us understand that our own Swarupam is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Swarupam. Our own Swarupam is Satchidananda Swarupa. We don't need any external object to complete us. That is Raga Mathani and Nirmada Madanashini. Mada means Garva. Why do we have Garva? Only when we have two people, the first person wants to show off something to other person, this person will have Garva. The person A has $1 billion, person B he's a pauper, so the person A will have a lot of Garva. In the same way, the person A will not have a good family even though he has $1 billion. The person B, even though he is a pauper, he has a good family. So on that level, the person B will have certain Garva. So whenever we have two entities there is a possible for comparison. So when we compare, people have Garva because I am greater in this and that person is not. This person will also think I am greater in this, the other person is not. But Ambal, since she is Kevala Vastu, since she is the only one, Eka, Ekaha, Advaitaha, Nirdvaita, Dvaita Varjita, Nama is also going to come. Since there is no one else to compare with Ambal, Ambal does not have any Garva. Next Nama, Madanashini. Ambal will also remove Garva from our own mind. Madanashini. With this, we will finish today's class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.